Welcome to the Pit Stop, and let's introduce the pit crew, man. I'm E. I got my man Kenny.
What up?
I got my man Jay. I got my man, the legendary Daryl Chill Mitchell.
Legendary.
Hey Jay, tell them what we do first.
Hey man, this is where we shoot the shit and talk about everything except politics.
For sure. And today we have a very, very, very special guest, man. You've seen this guy for years. He's been in your TV. He's been in your movie screens. He's been in Hollywood and in the industry, man. Darius McCrary. I got you.
Thank you for not fucking my name up.
Oh, yeah!
I take it as a sign of respect when my name gets butchered, because that usually means that they were thinking so deeply about me. They was like, fuck his name.
Hey, I had to practice shit. I got to listen, man. My shit be fucked up sometimes, bro. So I worked it out.
I got an Irish last name.
For sure.
Yeah.
Hey, look, my shit, I ain't gonna talk about my last name. I drank long as hell. That's another story. Hey, so before we get started, man, hey, I just want to say, man, thank you for joining us today, man. We definitely appreciate your time. Yo, I'm gonna kick it off, man.
Thank you for
Hold up, E. Before you kick it off, I do got one question. How the fuck did you let Urkel dunk on you? How did you go right, take off? You was the athlete, and you let him take off and punch you. How did you let that happen?
Well, that was actually a trade-off for me being given the opportunity to have my brother Donovan play the role of Spider.
Okay.
So that was a trade-off. And that's also what happens when you're on a black show produced by white people. But
sounds about right.
Big shout out to my brother Jaleel White. That man had some serious hoop skills.
Yeah, he hoop.
Yo, he actually is a baller.
Jaleel could hoop, and so could my brother Donnie, who played Spider.
Yeah, I remember that episode, man. Grandma mom was on the joint. Y'all was hooping, and he went baseline, and they slowed it down, and he took that 1-2 in them chucks. I said, I know they're not gonna let her. I know.
Hey, you know, man, that was a great time in life for all of us, wasn't it?
Yeah.
I mean, we don't even have moments like that anymore. I don't really experience moments like that. I mean, where you can actually look at something on television and you can watch the underdog have that heroic moment. And, you know, once again, kudos to the producers of the show. They really, really did things that were not only against the grain, but that were not at all being done at that time. Like I look back on this episode where Thelma Hopkins came in the house and it was raining crazy outside. And she closed the door and she stood up against the door and she said, "Oy vey." And at the time, I was like, no black woman said that. Jaleel White not laughed at it. No black woman says that. And, you know, we were wondering why there wasn't a discussion about the fact that no black woman says that. But what it did was it irrigated certain pathways for others who might not have been comfortable watching dark skin to be ushered in. And so it's a blessing when somebody comes up to me and says, "Hey man, I learned to speak English watching you." And I'm blown away because I'm like, there was a time when black people were hanged for even trying to learn to read or write. And you mean to tell me that you learned to speak English watching me? Wow. Look at God.
Yeah.
Hey, first of all, I want a quick question. How did you and Daryl know each other?
Okay, that was popped into my head right now. Get the fuck out of my head, Moneybags. I was just looking at Daryl and I was like, damn, Chill is rich than a motherfucker. We get to Chill. He got a waterfall and shit. A waterfall. Damn, Chill just I was looking at him like, how you Chill before the waterfall? Before all that shit.
Stupid. Yeah.
Hey man. That's what TV money do, man.
Yo, man, this cat go back. Yo, the crazy part was when he was doing his show, and I got Veronica's Closet. And that was good for me because they was on the Warner Brothers lot. I was on the Warner Brothers lot. Jamie Foxx was on the Warner Brothers lot. We were all at the same. We used to go play basketball on the side court over there. George Clooney was over there. He loved balling with us from the ER. Eric, all of us was on that one lot. But I knew these cats, man. These my nephews, bro.
But Chill, we went back before that because people don't understand. It was only like 5 of us in LA that was working, and then it was like the rest of y'all was from New York, and y'all came into LA.
Yep.
Y'all started to infiltrate the LA scene because it's
the house party. It was on. It was on.
And Chill, you was kicking in. I mean, you was kicking in so many doors. Because people don't understand, man. It wasn't just a thing of sending in a fucking audition. I'm not mad at that. I'm glad the technology. It wasn't being discovered on TikTok. You really had to get your fucking car and drive across town. You had to sit. You had to wait to be seen. You had to be approved to even be seen because they wasn't seeing everybody. That's what they wanted.
Yeah, I think one of the criteria you had to have talent too, though.
Fucking Moneybags again. He's in my
I love this connection.
Where did you come from, Moneybags?
Hey, look, man.
Yo, that's funny, dog.
Hey, we nicknamed him Ryan Clark. He's Ryan Clark.
Definitely
real.
He's definitely Ryan Clark.
Hey, but it's the truth though. You really did have to have ability. I'm gonna even say even deeper than talent, it was an ability. I'm gonna tell you guys a funny story real quick. So I got fired from a show called Designing Women.
I was gonna bring that up. Hey, yo, thanks. I was gonna bring that up too.
Yeah. Well, get out of my fucking head.
Look, I was a kid. I hung a lot with my
mother. So Designing Women, I had just come off of doing Mississippi Burning. And you know, it's a different mode of acting from film to television to theater. You know, you do different things, different techniques, you know. Theater, you're acting for 50 rows back. So you're broad, you have to project, and you know, a film, you know, it's a huge picture, it's 20 feet tall, so you do a little bit less because you know it's up on you. Everything is shot, you know, right up on you. And so, in addition to us being harassed by the Ku Klux Klan and a lot of people in Mississippi who didn't want this movie to be shot, a lot going on. I mean, I had my arm fractured on set. There was a lot going on. And so they brought me right out of Mississippi and slammed me right into Designing Women. And I wasn't projecting. I was turning my back on the audience. It was so many things that I just wasn't into that. Wow. Yeah, so it brought me on. But this was cold. Hey man, that director didn't give a fuck. Them white folks weren't playing with me. They didn't care. And I'll never forget this because my mom came into my trailer and she said, "Okay, baby, let's pack up." And my mom, you know Miss Shay. My mom was one of the best stage moms, one of the most amazing patients still to this day in Hollywood. She don't play. She does not. She don't fuck around.
Nah.
When she said that to me, it clicked, and I was like, "Go home." I said, "But I didn't finish school yet." She said, "You're not finishing school. We're released. No punches pulled." And I was like, "Oh, okay. Well, what time is my call time tomorrow?" She said, "You don't have a call time tomorrow. You're released." Woo. I was like, "Oh!" And wow. I think she wanted to punch like that because it never happened again. And I'm gonna tell you, when God do something for you, you know God is doing it because we actually shot Family Matters, like Chill said, on that Warner Brothers lot where I was let go from in a sitcom, which is one of the longest running sitcoms in television history still to this day.
Yes, sir.
And Shavar Ross actually replaced me, and he ended up playing Weasel on Family Matters. So,
Wow.
That's crazy.
hey, even deeper, there was this crew member who was working cleanup, and he came to me and he said, "Hey, we was talking about it. He said, hey man," I was a little bit upset. I was packing my stuff. He said, "You leaving? I see you around." I said, "No, I'm not coming back." He said, "What?" I said, "Yeah, they let me go." He said, "What?" He said, "Oh man." He said, he saw I was sad. He said, "Hey, look, man, don't feel bad about that, man." He said, "You're gonna have a really good, long-lasting career, man. I saw some of your work that you did." He said, "You're gonna be around longer than the show." He said, "And I'm gonna be a big director one day. We're gonna laugh at this." And I said, it made me feel. I said, "Okay." Guess who it was, y'all?
What was that?
F. Gary Gray.
Wow.
Say, yo, dog, that's crazy.
That's
And you
crazy.
still ain't called me for a movie, nigga. Oh, I said that N-word. Oh shit.
You good, man?
Hey, man.
Hey. Good, man.
Wow.
So let me ask you a question real quick. So back then, the contracts and how did that thing work? Because I know like the Cosby Show, Bill Cosby was an influence on their contracts, and I like Jason Weaver. I remember him saying something about how his mom made sure with Lion King he got residuals instead of signing the contract right then and there. How did that work for y'all being kids and stuff like that? Like how did that work back in those times? Like, when
The way it worked is we were taken care of. We were taken care of. I'm not gonna say that we were taken care of as great as we could have been taken care of, but for Black folks, we were taken care of as good as you can take care of a few slaves. I mean, listen, man. It's no secret. I'm fucking outspoken. I don't duck no face. Keep it
listen, we appreciate it.
They were good to us. Massa was real good to us. I love Tom and Bob. Tom Miller, Bob Boyette. Massa was real good to us. I mean, we were the lead-in show for Full House, and we people hung out to watch Full House because of us, and they Full House was around, and we still trying to figure out what we doing as far as the reapers is concerned. I mean that'll let you. We were really taking care of no bullshit. We did get our residuals. My mom was a businesswoman, and she did a great job. I can really say that my mom never had me looking like a clown in a circus. She never sold me out. She never peddled me. I remember in the movie Big Shots, I was doing Big Shots, and they had this. I was playing this streetwise black kid, Scam, who rescues this white kid because he got lost on the wrong side of town because his father died and left him a Rolex. And when his dad died, he was riding with the Rolex that his daddy gave him, and he got it stolen from some rough kids in the south side of Chicago. He runs into the little black boy who becomes his savior to help him get his watch back. Now, I'm going to go somewhere with this, but I had this line where, because the kid was streetwise, cussing all kind of shit, where I was supposed to talk about these perverts with hot nuts. And my mom was like, he's not saying that. She was so fly with it and so savvy, she would explain it to them and ask them if they want their child to say this.
All right.
And usually the answer is, well, it's acting. You didn't hear none of that day. You hear none of that day.
Wow.
Now, this is where I'm gonna go with this from there. This kid that I played stole cars and drank beer and would go into clubs and order Johnny Walker Red. He was a street-wise pistol packing coffee. Guess what they really taught me how to do?
Steal cars.
To this day, I know how to pop a lock and pop an ignition
Oh man!
Anything below 2,000, I could lift that motherfucker.
I got a question. I got a question. I want to say.
Let me finish this quick. Hold. I'm gonna say this. I was doomed from the start. What if that was supposed to be a DUI? That was supposed to be child stars get fucked over.
Yeah.
I was for it all. That's why I said when God do this,
yeah,
ain't nothing with it.
Yeah. No, you really dive into the next question now. I was going to ask as far as the pressures of being in the showbiz as a kid. Like, you know, mental health is a big thing today. And we talk about how these, you know, how kids grow up in the movie business, and, you know, we seen the stories and things like that. But like for you, you know, you were able to rise above all of it, man, and get through that. And I just want to put a spotlight on some of those pressures and things like that.
No, I really appreciate that because I'm a huge advocate for children and child labor, not just in show business, but in any business. I have a really deep story. I was raised in the church. Mom and dad were together for 25 years. They ended up separating. My dad left. My father's a legendary musician who's worked with everybody, Quincy Jones, Michael Jackson. When I was 5 years old, I met Michael because of my dad, Stevie Wonder, Diana Ross. I mean, my dad, I was raised in studio sessions. My mom was an educator and a stay-at-home mom, a momager, a wifager. You got to have a strong foundation, a strong base. I am not an advocate or a supporter of any child in the entertainment industry. I don't feel like children should be in the entertainment industry, and if they are, their parents should take a psychological evaluation test to find out if the parent is a narcissist, to find out if the parent is creating a codependent, because show business creates codependence. I mean, I got so many stories. I mean, the first time I ever
see it in NBA too.
I'm trying to tell you, man. Like, but I will say this: at least you get to a certain age, bro. I was 9 years old, bro. I was 13 years old. I go into a prop room and there's beer in the refrigerator.
Yeah, that's different.
Yeah.
So I'm not an advocate, bro. I mean, I've been on sets, bro, and I'm not ratting anybody out because I'm not saying any names, but I've been on sets, bro, where I walked by a grip room and seen grips snorting cocaine.
Yeah, that's a lot. Damn.
I'm 13, bro, and this is what I see.
Yeah.
So you got to grow up really fast. You got to grow up really fast.
You have to be seen and not heard. You have to grow up extremely fast. And you also have to process things at an alarming rate. So if I'm processing things in the world of fantasy, and my job is to act like another individual in front of a machine that takes thousands of pictures, millions of pictures per minute, per second, thousands, and I have to catch moments as somebody else. When do you stop that programming?
So it's really no script for this, like
no sir.
So how do you turn it off? Because I've seen people say like they get so wrapped up in their characters because, like I said, to be into this, and you have to become that character. How do you differentiate who you are, who that character is? So when you out in the real world, because you have to come back to the real world here at some point, right?
Jill, how do you do it?
You know what? Fortunate for me, I played younger than I really was. I already had lived somewhat of a life.
I forgot about that. That's right.
So I was auditioning for things that you was auditioning.
Sure were, bro.
I looked young.
Yep.
So when I saw that they wasn't shocking me because I saw it before I got there.
Wow, that's deep.
I was carrying pistols to the set.
I swear to God, I used to think Kim was so fucking cool. He come in with his motherfucking hat, his brim. I mean, y'all don't understand.
Music blazing, pull up with the whip.
Hey, cuz, why I knew you was about to say that though.
Ready for whatever. But nah, real talk. I was already, you know. And the thing about, remember, I started in music before I started in television.
Hey,
so
man.
I had props and no profit.
So for me, it was the experience that I had with my father and growing up in a showbiz family. Like I grew up with my mom and dad. I grew up in a showbiz family. I grew up like we were gigging together. It was a different thing. My uncles, my aunts. I saw it. Like I'll never forget, man. One of my favorite.
The McCrary's, right?
McCrary's, man. Yeah,
the McCrary's.
Yeah, man. One of my favorite moments was when my dad McCrary signed to Capitol Records, and my mom. We were at Capitol. The McCrary went into a room, and my mom was like, "You're not signing no contracts today, right?" And he was like, "No, baby, we're not signing nothing. We just here. You see, we here. They just wanted to welcome us, and just let us see the studio and the building. Baby, it's a Capitol, baby. Look at this. Look where we at, baby." My dad's so smooth. Hey, the Mac is so smooth. We call him the Big Mac, right? So they call me the Little Mac because you can't get smooth with the Big Mac. So next morning, my mom comes out and she says, Howard! And I'll never forget this girl. My mom was on that business. She didn't play. She had the variety. It said the McCrary signed long-term contract with Capitol Records.
Oh man.
Yeah, but the McCrary's, man, like watching that, and having people like Chip Fields, who discovered me, in my ear, teaching me things and being there, is what led me to understand that none of what you do in that world is real. And you have to focus and concentrate your energy on what is real. And I think that's also one of the things that have been my crux in life, is because I've always I've tried to focus so hard instead of focusing on work more. Like if I would have given all of myself to the work and not entertain some of the situations that I found, situations will arise.
Hey, it's all right.
I mean, not even worth my time. I'm not down to anybody. I'm not saying any names or anything. I'm just saying certain people, certain things. I think that like I said, if I would have been able to focus myself, and it's not over. I mean, I'm still at a place now where I've come to this realization. I think that every situation that we find ourselves in is a lesson to teach us where we are supposed to exist in our higher self, in our higher mind. Some people think more highly of themselves than they ought to. But that's them searching for who they know that they possibly can be.
Yo, and that leads me to a question I got for you, man.
Yes.
Yo, you said in the Vlad interview, I found this. I've had this conversation with these guys before.
Yes.
So you said beautiful women are like exotic cars. They need a lot of maintenance.
Yes, that's a true statement.
Hey, you talking to a guy that's divorced.
Survivor. That's why you was in my head. That's why.
But I told them before, like, yo, you got to understand what you're getting into when you're dealing with a certain kind of woman and what it takes. Because it's not even so much what you have, like, it's the outside stuff, like the attention. You have to deal with that part too. And how do you got to be able to navigate that stuff, man? Because dude's giving her attention, and she has a certain lifestyle she used to, or a certain a bravado you got to deal with.
I say it like this. I'll jump in and let you go. I just say a foreign car look good until you got to do the maintenance. Real. I'm trying to tell you.
So with that said, how do you maneuver through these beautiful women, my man?
I don't need more, to be honest. I don't, man. Like I said, the place I'm in now is I want to focus on my legacy. I want to focus on my children. I want to focus on trying to have a consistent relationship with my children when their mothers are not getting in the way of that. I want to focus on being able to provide jobs for other people. You know, it hurts my heart, man, when I walk on these big productions and I see, 7 black people out of 200.
Yeah, bro.
3 Latinos out of 200 people.
Y'all see it all the time.
It's crazy, bro. Like, these is real jobs. I mean, like the same crews that go from set to set. I mean, it's really deep, man. When you really look at, the people who own the equipment and I'm not knocking anything. This is not
at all. But the nepotism been going on so long, so long before we even knew what the word meant. It's been going on, and it's like, dog, we gotta break that cycle.
So that's my focus now. And I'm gonna be honest, when I see an exotic, when I see one, I look at it and I say, okay, I can go jump into this, but when it comes time to put the brakes on this thing, is this gonna be a $3,000, a $5,000 brake job?
Yeah, it don't look good no more.
Hey, listen, that's why you lease it, get rid of it, to a new exotic.
And you know what? Today's world is more pliable for those types of relationships. You got to remember, when we came up, it wasn't like the new iPhone. You weren't getting a new one every month. When you had something, you held on to it, and she held you down. And she wasn't getting with you because she thought she was going to get a reality show, or because she thought that you was going to get her an agent, or because she thought that she was going to YSL, or figured that she was going to run it up. She wasn't doing that. That's not what it was about. She really was there to make sure that you ate when you came home, to make sure that she did everything to nourish your soul. So for me these days, I look at them and I just I like to admire what they look like versus what they feel like.
Facts.
Yeah,
because I don't want to feel that way. Ultimately, I don't want to feel that way. But I will say, the cool thing about doing this as long as I have is I've had some interesting propositions.
I'm sure you had, brother.
Oh man. Every time we do this pod, man, we get a good laugh, man.
Yeah.
Oh man.
Hey, what you got? You got a question, Jay?
Yeah, I was gonna ask him, how did it feel to be a part? They always talk about us, like I was just talking about the blacks and everything like that. When you look at our rap music, how it's destroying our era. When they talk about gangster movies and all that, you see the boys in the hood and all that. So how did it feel to be a part of a positive role, or seeing? Because for us growing up, when you seen the Cosby Show, you seen the 2-parent home. When you seen Family Matters, you seen the 2-parent home, and you seen everybody taken care of. It was just so family oriented. How did it feel to be a part of something like that and not come from something that was broken, like back shots? Big shots. Like, how did it feel to be a part of that and to be a positive role model to us? Because, like I said, you was the first ladies' man. You know what I'm saying? You had it all. You had the hot rod. You had the car. Chill, my bad. Chill. I ain't taking that away from you. Pause. But I'm saying you was in the Volkswagen going to the hood of Crenshaw.
Crazy,
you know what I'm saying? Running from the feds.
Hey, wait, funny story. My brother Donnie was Little Ricky of Boys in the Hood. So I remember we were so excited about John getting his deal and shooting and doing what he was doing as a black man, as a young black man. I remember rushing off the set of Family Matters to go hang out on the set of Boys in the Hood.
Right.
Wow.
And those were prominent. Those were prominent movies. We needed those movies.
Yeah.
We needed those.
Yes.
We did.
Oh yeah, dog.
But to answer your question, to circle back and answer your question, it was an honor. And once again, I'm gonna just say this: I don't believe the show would have had the same impact or been applied the same way that it was if it would have been produced by black producers.
Yeah,
it wouldn't happen.
Would not.
Yeah.
Gosh, man.
When they gave it to
Because black people are often in this industry are often we're spurred and we're prodded to pour on the blackness. And I'm gonna be honest, and I'm gonna say this, and I might take some flack for saying this. There's some shit that's been put on us that's not ours that we need to leave the fuck alone. Some of that shit ain't even ours. And we carrying it around, passing it down. OGs teaching youngsters stupid shit, dumb shit that ain't even our shit. Shit that these black women are doing from that stuff that they learned, not even theirs, black men. We're not even supposed to do certain shit. Certain shit we do with each other as black men. Certain shit, it's not even our shit. This shit wasn't set up for us, no way. This shit wasn't designed with us in mind, no motherfucking way. Yeah. So if we're able to play to a certain level and we make it past a certain point, consider yourself blessed. Yeah. I'm sorry. Let me get off.
That's dope.
Nah, man, we need them gems. We need these gems.
We need these gems, man.
For real, that's the basis of this show, man. Like we do this to drop the gems on the community.
No doubt, bro.
And things like that.
Man.
I just want
to see it. We get to see the real you. That's what we want, man. That's what we want. You know what I mean? We get to let you
That's the one thing I dug about D-Rock, man.
Yeah.
I just see D. I came out to LA for Judge Mathis. Boy, I was so happy to see him, bro. I was like, yo, that day we was just getting it, bro.
Lit, right?
Lit.
We always be at the chill. We be picking up like we never left.
Yo, because the spirit gonna always be there, bro. Regardless, I don't care how far we always. That all right. You might not be carrying me in your mind at the moment, but I'm always in your heart.
Yeah.
Worry about that.
You better know it.
Always in your heart.
You better know it. You
know
better
that.
know it. Yeah.
So you dropped a fun fact about because I was gonna get to that as far as your little brother playing Little Rookie and Boys in the Hood. I got another fun fact, man, and you gotta tell us this on this platform, man. I know Rick James is your godfather, right? And you told an interesting story. Now, we're all big Chappelle fans, and we saw the skits on the Chappelle show, the countless Eddie Murphy versus Rick James. you know what I'm getting to, right? It was a story that you told, man. If we got time, man, if you could share, like, I think it was something where Rick James ran into a fountain.
So we were hanging out at Eddie's, and we were leaving, and Rick, he wanted to drive. We weren't smoking any weed. We were drinking O'Doul's that day. We were not lit. Okay, this is a testament to some motherfuckers need to be high. Some motherfuckers need to be high. Period. Need to be medicated. So he said, "I'm gonna drive," and I was like, First off, some motherfuckers you be looking at like, you drive? Like when I'm hanging out with El DeBarge and El want to drive, I'll be like, okay, drive. Yes, you want to do regular shit? Cool. Shit, I don't picture El DeBarge drive. This motherfucker's supposed to be driven. So Papa Rick wanted to drive. And so I said, you want to drive? He was like, yeah, I'm going to drive. And so he had a stroke. And one of the side of his body, his right side of his body, his left side was paralyzed. And so he was like, I was driving before you fought.
And that's why he said it.
Now, so I said, all right, fine. So I gave him the keys. Man, he got behind the wheel of that car, and all I know is, like, I just remember, like, I thought we landed in the pool or something. I thought we was going to die in the water. It was just like, he just threw the car in reverse, brand new Mercedes. It was just, you know, it sounds I was like, what the fuck? So he gets out of the car. He turns around, goes, everybody okay? His daughter Ty was up front. I was in the back seat. We're like, yeah, we're okay. He's like, all right, quick. Everybody get back in the car. Get back in the car, quick. Ty is like, Daddy, we can't do that. He's like, all right, fine. Now, I'm making light of it, but I actually gave him a harder time about driving because I was gonna drive for him. Mm-hmm. So he looks at me and he's like, "Come on, D," and I'm like, "Come on, D." You want to drive?
It's on you, bro.
Inside that house. He demolished this fountain, and I knew what the play was. This motherfucker, Slick Rick was his name for real. So, because I would have walked aside, and as soon as I said, he would be like, "Darius fucked the fountain up, Eddie." I was like, nah, you are young. He was like, "Oh, come on, man up. Come on." I said, "Man up."
Yeah.
Oh, man.
I go inside for moral support. This motherfucker get in there. He say, "Eddie, sitting down." Because Eddie was hosting, so you know how it is when you're hosting. You finally get a minute. And Eddie is ever the gracious entertainer when you are blessed to be in his presence or in his home. And so he's finally sitting down eating. And Rick comes inside and says, "Eddie." And Eddie just eating. He never stopped eating. But I know he was like, "Didn't you motherfuckers just leave? We just had a long goodbye and shit. What the fuck is you doing back in my house?" He was like, so I'm kind of hanging back. And I think Eddie saw me kind of hanging back. So he felt the energy. He said, "Something happened." Eddie was probably eating. He never looked up and stopped eating. He said, "Yeah." Right? Yeah, that was a car. Came to the first gate, picked up speed to the second gate, came into the motorcade, the third gate, and smashed your fountain and drove off. We didn't get a license plate. It looked like it was a chick driving, and she was pissed. She was real mad.
Eddie, hold up. Did he make this up on the fly? Like all this is made up on the fly.
Yes, bro. Yes, all this shit.
Like y'all didn't rehearse it before you went in there.
Nothing. That's why I didn't want to go inside. I didn't know what the fuck, bro. No, that's why I was like, no. Oh my god. No. Like Michael Jackson, how close are you? No. How close are you?
Man.
So Eddie goes, he puts his fork down. He says, "What?" He said, "Yeah, fountain, it's gone." Eddie said, You destroyed my fountain? You tore up my fountain? And he said, yeah. So it was three mermaids holding up this plate. He was like, "Yeah, I killed the mermaids." Yeah, I killed them bitches. Right? The bitches are dead. Right? And then he said, "Why did you let him drive?" And I said, "Hey man, my name is Paul. That's y'all. I ain't got shit to do." Right? He said, "Rick, I swear to God, man, if Charlie was here, we would fuck you up right now." He said, "If this was my new house, I'd shoot you in your good leg."
Oh man.
He said, "Darius, get the keys from him, man. Get the keys from him." So I said, I got it. He said, "Man, don't let him drive. What's wrong with you?" So we walk
you
out
still
the
got
door.
brain for it though.
No, but look, this is what's fucked up. We walking out the door. Rick says, "Oh, what the fuck are you crying about? You can afford another one."
Oh shit.
Because he told her he had to told her that shit.
Oh man.
How did y'all get home? Because that business had to be total.
No. So this is the fucked up part. I drove home and I had the responsibility of getting the motherfucker fixed.
Oh my god.
We get to his house, brand new Benz. He says, "So I don't want to deal with this. Insurance or anything. I you know everybody. I know you do. I really don't want anybody in the house to deal with this because I don't want anybody. Can you can you take care of this for me?
Just put it all on you.
Yeah, Pops, I got you. I got you.
Man. One of the dopest, man. One of the dopest stories, man. Rest in peace, man.
Rest in peace to the GOAT, man. One of the GOAT.
Hey,
what's the most important thing you learned from?
Good question. You've been associated with another character, man. George Clinton, man. Yo.
That's my guy. I call him the grand dude. He's one of my greatest musical mentors. The coolest shit in the world was when I would come back from recording with George, Rick would hate.
That's kind of about right.
Have you been to the mothership? I just need to know. Have you been to the mothership?
I cannot confirm or deny if I've had the chance to try. I will tell you this though: the mothership.
Keep that one. Keep that one. Keep that.
Always does. We are children of production, with the urgency of our Dr. Funkenstein.
Oh, man.
I love George, man. He's one of my favorite people, man. George would take me into the studio, man. Hyde Street Records, you know, with Tupac, Steely Dan, all these. Man, we would go in there and record, man. And he loves my voice. He say he just always, you know, wants to produce, put anything. He wants me to sing. He always make me sing. And he would go in and he would have a song. He would have them write the lyrics down on easels because, you know, he paints amazing.
Yeah, he's a hell of an artist.
Yeah.
Oh, wow.
He would have them write the words down on art paper, big easels. I said, I don't know the song, grand dude. He said, that's all right. He said, sing it that way. Like he just discovered it.
Dope.
Yeah. That way. Yeah.
And that's how I would approach it. And that's how I would approach it. And I would find all types of new spaces and nuances in my voice because you know, when you learning something, you approach it different than something that you know. You know, and then what's crazy is that it takes other people on a journey of discovery with you. You know, so
because it's funny you say that, because when I found out about Atomic Dog, that he didn't at the beginning of Atomic Dog, that shit was all ad-lib. That shit was not playing at all. Yeah, that shit was just ad-lib. That shit bugged me out.
He does that, but I'm gonna tell you this though: a lot of artists in the past, that's what they did. It was all discovery. You know, they didn't have templates, man, where they could just.
That's what I used to love about being in the studio, dog. When you spitting, man, some days you be, like with Heavy D and the boys, like a lot of the ad libs, that was me. That wasn't the boys, because it was in there. They hadn't showed up at the time. So when they was like Heavy D did his rhymes. And like he always do them ad libs, and that was my name is Heavy D, and we are the boys. I was one of them.
Been holding out all these years, man. Yeah. I had to come on your podcast to hear this shit. Long as I've been knowing you, boy, chill, you something else.
That's me, dog.
Wow,
Slim.
That was me on that.
I'm gonna tell you a funny story. Me and James, we were just at the house watching the Javante Davis and Garcia fight.
Garcia.
So after the fight goes on, we start watching YouTube. We start looking at all these old videos, and we look at Heavy D, Mr. Big Stuff, and all this other stuff. And who the fuck pops up? Goddamn Kill.
Goddamn girl.
Hey, for real?
I was there, dog. I was there.
I'm like, what the hell?
Y'all got to dig in this.
Yo, Darius, you know what's crazy though, man? What happened with me is when after the house party, you might have known because, of course, y'all follow music. A lot of producers didn't know that I was in the music industry. They thought I was a comedian.
Whoa.
And so every audition I would go on, they kept asking, "You still doing comedy?" And I was like, and I got smart enough to start saying, yeah. Like, yeah. Because, well, they didn't know they just seen me at house party. They was the Larry Cat. They thought I was a comedian, man.
Wow, bro.
That's why I'm telling people is like, you just don't never know. Just go in there and do what you do, because all the time they thought I was a comedian, man. Word.
Wow, chill.
When I came from New York, I was signed to Uptown Records. I was signed to Uptown before we did House Party. And what happened was House Party blew up so big, it superseded my rap career. So now I went from a rapper trying to act to an actor trying to rap. So the rap career was done. Because nobody they only thing because we were regionally big. In House with Uptown, we was regionally big, but with House Party, it was national and international. So anywhere I went with the rap thing, it was just like,
Chill, you never. Because I always wondered why you never, went. I mean, I knew you was still active in music. I knew that you was, but I mean, you got so busy. I mean, and that's really what happens a lot of times. Once you.
I kept writing, and I would go out and do a spot date here, spot date there, but we shoot on Friday, so then I would go and perform Saturday, and then I would come back Monday with no voice. Because I done screamed on stage, so I did that like a few times. The producer was like, "Yo, bro, we need you." By Thursday, I'll be good. But it was then Friday I shoot, then I go back out do the same. So I had to slow it down. So and then I'm thinking, I'm gonna get back out there. 5 years went with the Larry Cat. 4 years went with Veronica's Closet. That was on Warner Brothers. I did 4 years on that, and it kept going. Wow. It kept going.
Wow. You know what's crazy though? Like talking to like to you guys and everybody that's in the industry, y'all are very multifaceted. Like y'all do a lot of things. Like there's like I knew like when I seen the show, like I seen you sing, but I thought it was just like more so like
this boy can blow, man. That boy can sing, bro.
I thought you just was acting more so than anything. And then
I thought it was the voiceover. I didn't know.
Yeah, I thought it was the voiceover. Like I thought it was the voiceover.
Honestly, I never thought that I was going to be an actor. I really, because of my dad, I thought, that I was going to end up really having a serious career in music. But I'm going to tell you something that's cold-blooded. And I'm going to say this, and I've never said this before, and I don't want to make this a race thing. But we're vaudevillian, all entertainers. Like Chill said, you have to be quick enough. When they said to him, "Hey, you still doing comedy?" Like if you would have said to them, "I don't do comedy, I do music," it probably would have. It would like for real. It would have been for real. They'd have shut him down for real.
Yeah,
and they might have even asked the question already knowing the answer. Like that's really what's so. I hate to say this, but we're not encouraged to do more anymore. And the other unfortunate part is we have to do more to be able to get less. You gotta be 15 times better to get less than the average.
Barack Obama, yes.
I mean, that's just
the truth, man.
That's a standard we've become accustomed to honoring.
Yep.
And I really think that it's something we need to. It's a cycle, one of the cycles and generational curses that we need to focus on breaking. It's unfortunate, but we're not encouraged to be great anymore. I mean, Chill will tell you, like he said, he was doing music. We had to dance, sing. We had to be able to act. We had to be able to hold it down. It wasn't enough.
Nah.
It wasn't enough. It was easy for them to just get a new nigga.
Basically.
That's the key, man. That's the key. Because the thing is, once I latched into that mainstream, that's why I knew I had to stay there. There's so many projects that I wanted to do, but I knew if I go away from this, I ain't coming back. I knew it.
Yep.
I knew it, dog. So that's why you see me in Sergeant Bilko, the Galaxy Quest, the 10 Things I Hate About You. Them, because those movies are all based off of the relationships of those producers. They was hiring me, and they would put me somewhere else, and then this one would like me. I work with him in the Home Fries with Drew Barrymore. Then he placed me right there in Galaxy Quest with him. That was
Chill. If I haven't told you this, which I'm sure I have, because we talk, and I try to tell you this every time I see you. You're a special dude, man. And your contribution to the culture, man, it's amazing, bro. And it's consistent, and it's not overbearing. I mean, and I'm gonna even keep it further real. Like, we could have lost you, bro. Like, for real, we could have lost you, bro. And I've told you this out of my mouth. I said I couldn't have survived it. I'm not strong enough. You know, I mean, I couldn't have survived it. But
yeah, you told me that.
I've said it, bro. I've said it. Like, you a strong dude, man, and I respect you, and I'm thankful.
Sorry, guys. That's what I get. The modern advancements, the advancements of modern technology.
Yeah.
But finish, bro. You know, you was giving it up, bro. Finish. So
No, bro. It's just I want to give you your flowers, bro. I love you, and I mean, like you've been an inspiration, and your story continues to inspire, bro. Like no excuses, bro. Like, you continue to inspire, bro. Like, when I see you, I'll be like, damn, bro. And I will say this too. It's a testament to what you just said about people bringing you along. I mean, like, there have been roles that have been created for you, bro. Like you know, like since you know, like the accident took place, like, it's like, bro, it did not stop you, bro. You know what, like, how inspiring that is, bro. Yeah. So I thank you, bro. And that's why when you hit me, it was like, D, I need you, bro. It was like, I told you I was traveling, but I was like, man, like, of course, man. Shoot, I'll be there, man. I'll be there.
I do, you know? Bro. Appreciate you, bro.
Hey, look, we definitely appreciate you, man.
Yeah, man.
Thank you. Thank both of y'all, man. Like I said, let's give everybody their flowers. Thank both of y'all.
Oh, without a doubt.
First of all, being black.
He a young goat. He a young goat right there.
Absolutely.
Yeah, man, being black, being in the industry, and having longevity, man. So thanks to both of y'all, man.
Yeah,
to both of y'all.
And the funny thing about it, the best is yet to come.
Man, we already know. I already put it. I told him, dog, we're gonna do a project. Watch, I'm telling y'all, this is gonna happen. It's gonna be a project, but it's gonna be conflict and resolution. We gonna have to go after each other next first, then turn it around. We gotta show people how we really get
y'all range,
and that's gonna be the test for me, because I gotta act like I don't like them. So that's gonna be the job. Like, all right, bro, let's turn it up. Turn it up. See, the thing is, one actor's gotta understand is trust, and I trust him. Yeah. And I trust that, yo, bro, I know he gonna bring it. And he know I'm trusted. He know I'm gonna bring it.
Oh yeah, I can see. Yeah. Yo, y'all two going at it with the ad lib too, and I can
see. Hey, E, watch this. Go ahead, James.
With that being said, right, this is what I need to know. Where do I fit in all this?
I knew
that. Listen, I just need to be the guy. Listen, I need to be the guy. I know. I need to be walking down the street.
He ain't even in the indie. He want to know where he ain't even in the indie.
I just need to be like, I just need to have like 3 words, like, hey, what we gonna do?
I knew that's where he was going.
The sad part about I knew where he was going to.
Hey, man.
Of course you knew. Of course you knew.
Hey,
listen.
Man, we know Moneybags know everything.
Yeah, you know
that.
Man. I just didn't know, like, you know how that person be on the side when y'all doing like that.
Oh my God!
We gotta get them.
No, Jay. No, Jay. No, Jay.
I've been friends with these guys more than 20 years.
Perfect time to wrap it up, man. Look, this is Pitt Stop Podcast.
Hey, y'all. Jay said he wants to inspire the slow inspiring clap.
Yeah.
Oh man. Oh man.
One quick thing. One quick thing.
Yeah.
Hey, look, I want to say, man, you did a reverse unvid, man. Hey, Malcolm Winters in Young and the Restless though. You replaced the light skinned dude, man.
You replaced the light skinned dude.
Reverse unbid, man.
Yeah, man.
Not those dark skinned brothers. We taking over, son.
So, you know what? I gotta say this though. They brought Shamar back, so
see, listen, it didn't matter.
Hey, but you know though, I'm gonna say this though. Shamar owned that role, man. Like, and honestly, I was not cut out for daytime television. The best thing about that happening for me was I got a chance to spend some intimate time with one of the people who I love most, one of my favorite human beings, Christophe St. John, man. I mean, like that would have been like that dude was such a special dude, man.
Yo, he was, man.
She'll tell you, man, like, bro, he started off in the Bad News Bears, man. And he held it down, he held that role down. He's still to this day is the longest running African American male in a television series. You couldn't catch him if you started on the show today and ran because it's different. Yeah. It's a different time. But man, that was and I got the chance to be with Brighton. That was all that was about. Brighton, 2-time Emmy Award winning Brighton James. Shout out. I'm so proud of him. That's what that was about, and that was another God thing. So I was just honored to be there and to be a part of that, man. It was a lot of fun.
So what's the difference between shooting daytime and sitcoms, then?
Bro, like when you shoot daytime, you're on call like a doctor, bro. Like you have no, bro. Like they don't know what they're gonna write. They will write you in, and literally you'll get a call the night before. You have to be there. So all your plans, everything, whatever it is, like you have to. Them people are dedicated. And I'm gonna say this, and I got in trouble for saying this, but I don't work for you motherfuckers no more. So I say what the fuck I want. A lot of daytime programming is what paid for prime time programming, man. So there was a lot of sacrifices and a lot of sacrifices that was made by those actors to not get the shine that they deserve, bro. And then I looked at how little of us were, the work I had to put in to get an Emmy nomination and the way it was treated. But I understood it because once I got there, I made sure it wasn't about me. I was all about Christoph. Because one thing I do know how to do is play team ball. So my whole shit was about supporting Christoph. That's all I gave a fuck about. Because I knew I wasn't going there to get an Emmy. It wasn't happening. But I'm happy that they've done what they've done for Brighton. And I'm so proud of him. And rest in peace forever, evermore, until you're ready to take a different form. You probably are doing miracles somewhere else, Christoph.
No more, man.
So I want to ask you about True to the Game.
So the way that happened, it was during COVID. Manny Haley calls me up. And I love Manny. Manny, I love you. You're amazing. You know, Manny started off in the music industry. He produced and managed Nicki Minaj. God, so many of them. Cardi B. He worked with Keisha Cole, Prince, Wheezy, London on the Track. So anyway, I get this call, and Manny's like, "Hey, yo, Adi, it's Manny." I said, "Hey, what's up, Manny?" He said, "I'm shooting this movie. Doing True to the Game 2, because I gave him a lot of shit because I wasn't in True to the Game 1. And I remember when he had the book, he was just walking around with the book all the time, walking around with the book. To tell you what's not what I said.
Yeah, the novel.
Man, yeah. I said, "Manny, what are you doing with that book?" He said, "I'm making a movie. I'm making a movie." I said, "Okay, right on, Manny." And so it was like seeing somebody raise their child, seeing your brother raise their child. Now, the reason I was upset is because after my divorce, I was dating this beautiful little young Mexican girl. She was about 22 years old. God damn, she was bad. Woo! Woo! And she loved when the movie came out. She was like, "Oh, they making True to the Game. That's my favorite book." And I was like, "She's 22." I was like, "You 20? What you like? You 20, 22 years old?"
That was an old book,
dude. That's what I'm saying. So when my little shorty at the time saw that, I was like, oh man. So I was like, Manny, how you didn't put me? So Manny called me and he asked me to be in True to the Game 2. And we shot it during COVID. And it was just an honor to work with Vivica and you know, and to be a part of something that I saw Manny bring and conceptualize and materialize, bring to fruition.
I gotta give you your props for that. You played a hell of a role as that cop, bro.
Yeah, buddy.
You played a hell of a role as that damn cop.
You know what, man? The thing I try to do when I approach a role is I try to find the truth, no matter what the character is. What is this person's truth?
Right.
And I think that this dude was just a somebody who got caught up in a situation, man. Situation.
Hey, no, that goes. Yo, one of my favorite joints before we get out of here was Buddy, Next Day Air. That's my shit.
Oh
yeah, that movie, bro. Because that cast was crazy, bro. If you go down and look at that cast with all them people, bro. Yo, how did you maintain trying to keep a straight face with that cast, though, bro?
No, we was lit, man. One of the coolest things that happened on that set, man, was Mike Tyson came to visit me on set, man. He came to hang out, and it was so chill, man. And I really had to show out that day, man. Thanks, Iron Mike. I love you. I love you, man. I love you,
yo,
man.
Mike is that dude. Like, yo, I got a funny story about Mike. So I had this was my first trip back to LA after my accident. Nobody had seen me yet. So when I got there, people was coming to the hotel on Sunset, the Hyatt. I was staying there. So Mike was
everybody was fucked up too, y'all. When that accident happened, we was fucked up. Man.
I felt guilty, bro. I really did. Because it felt like I stopped Hollywood. Like Black Hollywood just stopped. Like
I'm telling y'all for real.
That ain't the way you want to learn how much people love you, because you realize, like, dang, bro, you just like but it was crazy because of what he just said. Like, we was in the hotel lobby. I was sitting there talking to this cast lady named Ruth. She came out to see me, Ruth, and Lambert. She used to cast in all them Disney stuff. So Mike came in the lobby. I was sitting in the lobby. Yo, he stopped. And he just froze, bro. And you like, yo, this is permanent? Like, this, you're not gonna walk? Like, this is for real? Like, so yo, he had this.
Oh, sorry, I can't. It's Mike.
Bro, Mike, it's permanent? Like, for real? So,
oh my God.
Yo, we were sitting down across from each other, and it was like a little corner in the side. So people wanted to get to him, but he wanted to talk. So while we didn't invite him over to the table, he just came and he sat down. Yo, I introduced him to Ruth. I was like, Ruth, this is my man Mike. Yo, she didn't know whether to shake his hand or kick off him. She didn't know what to do. And yo, I'm like, I'm talking because we building. And he's like, he just sat down like, yo, she is like, what do we do? Like, I'm like, yo, he ain't going nowhere. Just he was like, yo,
Hey, but y'all gotta understand the gravity of this situation. I'm telling y'all, Hollywood was
Mike. He is not going to leave me. Now it's
I got goosebumps, bro. If I would have been there, I would have been at the table. I'd have been sitting there like, hold up.
It was like, he's like, yo, y'all not going to mess with him right now. Like, he done went from Mike the boxer to Mike security.
Oh,
bro, he just plopped down and like, now we in, but like now he doing a head swim.
Oh man!
Like, bro, yo, and I went with someone like, excuse me, like, yo, my bro, I ain't seen him anywhere. He was like,
man,
he wasn't leaving. He did not leave.
You just reminded me. I gotta call Keith Washington now. As soon as you wrap up, I gotta.
Yo, You know I gotta have him up here next, right, B?
Oh, yo,
crazy.
Keith Washington, man.
Keep
thinking about Martin, dog.
Yeah. We was all together last time. I got to go.
Yeah. That's what I think about it, because Keith and Mike is like that. I was just thinking about when you talking about Mike. I just set up. So when I got out of jail for seeing my son, they put me in jail for actually paying child support.
Okay.
I guess.
All right.
I'm really surprised.
I guess I didn't bring them enough money that particular time. I guess that wasn't enough for them. And I guess the judge just wanted to say that she threw someone of my likeness, whatever it is, in behind bars. So hey, you got your bragging rights, lady. Yeah. Whoa. Did your big one. So Keith got me out of jail with my cousin. And so Keith was right there. And so Keith hands me the phone. He says, "For you." I said, "Who is it?" He said, "It's mine." Keith be talking. Because I'm in Detroit. Keith is from Detroit. So Keith handed me the phone. He's been talking to him. And Mike said, "Fuck are you doing?" All over TMZ. What the fuck are you doing? I told you to stay out of Michigan. They don't like us there. There's nothing for you. You're not gonna get this done. They're not gonna treat you right. They're not gonna be respectful. They don't fucking like you. Stay the fuck out of Michigan. You can't afford this shit. What the fuck you think this shit is? It's not a game. It's fucked up. It's fucked up. It's not cool. They don't fucking like us out there. This is not a good place. It's not a good place. Hey, when Mike tell you to stay the fuck out of somewhere, and somewhere's not good,
shit ain't right.
Yeah, ain't right.
Stay the fuck out of here.
Stay the fuck out of Michigan.
So, Darius, real quick, speaking of that, the Father's Care Foundation.
Yeah, man.
How that came about?
Yeah, that's how that came about, man. We're working with NK. Her name is NK Kenya is her name. And she has a foundation called the Child Support Hustle, and we're working with her to uncover a lot of the evils that are tied to child support and what it really is. A lot of people don't even understand. They tell you to go put yourself on child support. Child support is to support children, not for failed relationships. And the measures that they go to destroy a man, they impair you from actually being able to find a way to pay the debt. I just feel like it's something that's out of control. I mean, I actually talked to my son, and he disagrees with the way things are as far as child support is concerned. I mean, it's really sad because when you reach a certain echelon, you don't even hear child support. You hear about trust funds. And so these courts would take money out of your child's trust fund so that the court costs can be allocated. And the court costs include pensions. The court costs include retirement. These child support situations.
Pensions.
They don't have it. They're tied to pensions. They're tied to retirement. It has nothing to do with. I just had a hearing recently for a case that is really sad because my son is now of age to where if he decides to move back with me where he was when they took him from me, when he was going to school in Beverly Hills and reading at a 9th grade level at 5 years old. Okay, when he was speaking French, when he was learning about David Hockney, when he was learning about Warhol and listening to Haydn and Handel and Bach, and had access to so much that would have brought him a whole nother level of life, a whole nother level of existence as a young black man in this country. When all this happened, he's now of the age to where if he decides to come this state that I'm in currently, it's legal for him to make his decision. Another state that I reside in, it's illegal for him to make his decision. In Michigan, it's not. But see, all on that side, everything is ass backwards. Arkansas, Michigan, Mississippi. All that shit is tied together. You just look at the Underground Railroad and where it went. You just look at how Henry Ford went there and tore that city up. You look at Henry Ford's his participation in the World War, where he actually funded Hitler's vehicles and funded the Nazis. Henry Ford, this American hero. You'll see when you start to uncover so much about America, you'll understand what's on that side over there. So, I have nothing but love for Michigan, Pontiac, Oakland County, not so much, because they still lynching brothers out there. But and they do it different.
Racist, yeah.
Yeah, it's different.
I found out later.
Wow.
Yeah, it's different. Yeah. So Father's Care is very real. NK, she's a hero. And we're gonna be bringing some things to light. And I just put it out there. I tell the truth, because it's really sad. A lot of times our celebrity, it's used against you once you get to a certain place. It's something that can help, but it also is something that for somebody who does not have access to where we live, when they get a chance to visit, they want to tear that motherfucker up. It's like somebody coming over your house and they ain't never seen nothing like it. They walk around and next thing you know, when they leave, they done stuff the towel all up in your toilet.
Should never gave you niggas money. Say
Yeah, man.
And then they want to act like you ain't shit.
Right.
Hey, we got that's another episode.
Yeah.
I thought about that. Remember that episode we had when we were talking? We was talking about big black in America, boy. Remember that?
Yeah.
Hey, if it's another episode, I'll be black. Call me.
Hey, for sure, man. Hey, man, we want to thank you
man.
for giving us your time, man. We respect your king, man. Look, it was a great conversation, man.
Yeah.
Thank you for the time.
And E, I know this your segment, but I wanted to dive in because we laugh together, we fellowship together, we uplift. That's what we do, and that's what we want to lead the people as our last segment. So we do this thing called a victory lap.
Yep.
And I understand what you said about young actors and them not having anything to do with the business, but the ones that are there, what type of advice would you give a young actor in the game and going through the motions of his or her career?
I'm gonna defer to Chill.
Got you.
You want to defer to me today?
Yeah.
Respect, man. I respect.
You put that pressure on me real quick. But nah, you know what? Is the key to acting, is not acting. So if you want to act, you in the wrong business because we don't act.
Got you.
Did
I say something?
Hey, listen, that's why I deferred to Chill, because what I really wanted to say, if you really want to hear it, is fuck acting. Pick up a pen. Go get behind the computer. We need more stories. I don't want to hear no more about no more acting. I don't want to hear no more motherfucking rappers. I don't want to hear no more about that shit.
Gems. Drop them.
That's how I feel. So I just had to stand down and defer to my OG.
There we go.
Yo, boy, I love you, kid.
Love you, Chill.
Man,
I love you, bro.
Respect y'all. I love y'all, man. It's the Pitt
Hey,
Stop
love you, King.
Podcast.
Yeah, man. Thank you, man. Appreciate it.
Man.
Oh, you'll be back. Oh, I ain't worried about that. I gotta get some more adventures built up yet. There's a lot on the road for you, bro.
Yeah,
man, thank you for having me, you guys.
Hey, nah,
right on, man.
Thank you.
Thank you, man.
Right on, y'all. Big love.
Hey, much love, and don't forget about me in that movie. I'm ready, baby.